I'm one of the fortunate few that stumbled into the ecosystem in 2012. And a great way to think about cryptocurrency is it's really the softwareization of money. Back in 2011, I think it was Mark Andreessen and Ben Horowitz published a piece of thought leadership that said software was going to eat the world, and they couldn't have been more right. We've seen software disrupt how we've communicate with each other. We're doing this over the internet now. We've seen software disrupt how we go to school. During COVID, people literally attended lectures on the internet. We've seen software disrupt how we purchase season tickets, how we go grocery shopping, everything. Software has now disrupted money. Cryptocurrency is the manifestation of software disrupting money, and we're seeing a lot of really exciting applications for it. So we ourselves are business builders in the sector. Our philosophy is beyond just accumulating cryptocurrency. We're not a company that helps you do that. We've got a lot of really diversified business lines that help you do everything from increase your awareness around it, help you access crypto markets. And we ourselves are adopters of some of these core protocols where we build applications on top of them. And NFT.com is one of those businesses native to the blockchain itself.
Software is now disrupting money, you said. Can you give us an example of how it's doing that?
Absolutely. So Bitcoin, if you go back and read the white paper, it's a fundamentally disruptive white paper. It talks about a global peer-to-peer currency. Bitcoin, and what I'm about to say is somewhat controversial, and I'm probably going to get chewed up for this on the internet, but it's really failed to deliver on that mission. Bitcoin today is not a peer-to-peer currency. It's a fantastic store of value. Bitcoin, due to its technical structure, it'll never do more than 7 to 12 transactions per second. We're never going to go purchase Starbucks with Bitcoin. We're never going to go, send micro payments every time you read a news article on the Wall Street Journal or watch something on Kitco every time you stream a video. It's really become a way to preserve wealth. There's only 21 million Bitcoin by the year 2140. All 21 million will have been created, but it's not a currency that we're using. It's really just gold 2.0. And I'm not the only one saying that. Stanley Druckenmiller, Ray Dalio, you'll hear those talking points from Paul Tudor Jones as well. And I believe everyone needs Bitcoin in their portfolio, but as a means of investment and as a means of preserving wealth. There will be other coins like USDC. This is a stable coin meant to be held stable to the US dollar. USDC is a great coin that can be used for anything within the context of DeFi. It can be used for angel investing. I personally have made angel investments in USDC. And in some cases, people even transact in day-to-day commerce in USDC, purchasing things on the internet.
Just on your point, and we'll move on to other blockchains, just on your point about Bitcoin's slow transaction speed, you're absolutely right. Bitcoin itself is arguably failed as a peer-to-peer transaction system protocol. But don't we have now second layer payment protocols like Lightning that are supposed to be enhancing that aspect?
Absolutely. And those definitely enhance the user experience, the end user experience. We do sacrifice to gain performance. We do sacrifice decentralization. We become more centralized with it. Every single time I've ever spent a Bitcoin, David, I've regretted spending that Bitcoin. So I think it's a really bad idea to go purchase Starbucks with Bitcoin. I purchased a house a little more than a year ago. I used a little bit of Bitcoin. The person I purchased a house from happened to be a crypto native person. I did that when Bitcoin was $8,000. He got a much better deal on the house than I did, because I'll tell you, my house is not 8 times in value the way that Bitcoin has. So I would highly argue that your users should not be purchasing day-to-day goods with their Bitcoin, but instead should be holding and storing that Bitcoin.
That the underlying assumption to that statement that you should not be purchasing everyday items like Starbucks with your Bitcoin rest on the assumption that Bitcoin will dramatically appreciate in value, even from today's levels, right? So I'll just ask you straight up: well, how far is it going to go up? How much room we got to climb here, Jordan?
You're right, David. I am making that assumption, and I fundamentally believe that. I hold a disproportionate amount of my wealth still in cryptocurrency. I will continue to do so. I believe we're really just getting started. I think we've got tremendous room to the upside. If Bitcoin really is gold 2.0, let's take a look at gold. Gold's what, a 10, $11 trillion global market? When you compare that to the 21 million Bitcoin that will exist, today we're only at 50,000. I think if I glance over here, it's about 54,800 at the time that we're recording this. I believe that we'll see gold at least meet the current market for gold, traditional gold. So if you do the price comp, you're talking about $500,000 per Bitcoin. But it's not just gold; it's gold 2.0. It's a better form of gold. You can take it across borders with it. It's got sound trust properties in it. It's immutable. Like the name of our company, we named it after the technology. I really think we could see $500,000 to $1 million Bitcoin, and I'm betting on it myself. We're advising our investors to bet on it as well.
Before we continue, help us clicking that YouTube like button and subscribe now to our channel. This shows the algorithm that you valued this information, and it helps us spread that message. Sharing is caring. And now, let's continue.
I've heard $1 million Bitcoin. I mean, let me just touch on that. So $1 million Bitcoin. Let's assume by then most of the 21 million coins would have been mined. So $1 million times 21 million. That's greater than 21 trillion. That's larger than the economy of the U.S. So basically, what you're suggesting is down the line, the market cap of Bitcoin, this gold 2.0, is going to be worth more than the output of the United States economy today.
I believe that a huge amount of wealth on the internet today, when you look at a generation of people growing up, when you look at it in the context of 4 or 5-year-old, these are internet native kids that are going to laugh at the fact that we used to have paper money and used to conduct commerce using fiat money. The concept of internet money for those that are growing up in a world that are internet native will get used to holding all value in these internet native tokens. I don't think it's unrealistic at all that we'll see $21 trillion or more in wealth held in a digital asset like Bitcoin. And I do think Bitcoin is going to be the big winner here. I think there will be other protocols that win, but Bitcoin is going to capture most of that value.
If a country were to adopt a cryptocurrency as either legal tender, a form of payment, whatever have you, what should they be looking at? Because you mentioned that Bitcoin, has many drawbacks in that regard. Yet El Salvador has done it. Why haven't they taken up, USDC or any other coin that some would argue have better transactional or peer-to-peer properties?
David, it's a great question, but to really answer that question, we have to first understand where Bitcoin came from. Bitcoin came from a bunch of cyberpunks on the internet that were reacting to the 2008 financial crisis. If you can go back and read the forums and read the threads, some people have even published books. I think it's called the Book of Satoshi, where whoever Satoshi Nakamoto is, someone has collated all of his or her or their thoughts, put it together in a book. These were people who were upset at the government bailouts. Literally, people don't realize this, but in the Genesis block of Bitcoin, we have a message, a hidden message. It's in the Genesis block, the first block ever on Bitcoin. It says, "Chancellor on brink of second bailout." And it's dated the Times 2009. It's like January 3rd, 2009 was the headline of the front article. What people need to understand here is that this is a fundamental breakthrough. It's the first form of money. It's the first commodity, if you want to think of it like that has ever had a fixed supply. Elon Musk can print more shares in Tesla stock, so you can get diluted if you're a shareholder. The US government can print more US dollars. You can get diluted if you're holding dollars. Gold, we can always find more gold and silver. We can find those deposits. I think they do so on a pretty regular basis. There's companies dedicated to go mining it. You can never make more than 21 million Bitcoin. So when countries are looking at central bank digital currencies, when countries are looking at moving on to this new standard, the principle of scarcity needs to be protected here. People need protection from central bankers and their ability to just arbitrarily create new stimulus and pump that into the economy. And I really think crypto has become a haven for that.
What to do in such a situation? Inform yourself and keep your financial education strong. We from the Compact Group offer our loyal subscribers a free educational portal with first-hand monetary, financial, and economic knowledge. Enter our invite-only Insider Club by clicking the link below. You will get access to first-class information far earlier than the rest. We have prepared a special deal for all our members where you can access a giant pool of Robert Kiyosaki's financial wisdom for just $1. To find out more, simply click the link below and join our Insider Club absolutely free. But there is more you can and should do. Build up several streams of income. More and more people realize that they have to take their future in their own hands, but they don't know how and where to start. We from Compact offer our Insider Club members unique opportunities. Strengthen your financial muscle and get the edge. Click the link below. Become part of our free Insider Club. No financial obligations. But there's one important thing you have to know. You have to become active. So do it now. Become active and see you on the other side.